More fallout on Thursday in the case of an assassinated Hamas leader in Dubai. He was apparently the victim of a covert intelligence operation. Israeli ambassadors in the United Kingdom and Ireland were summoned by government officials with questions about faked passports and stolen identities used in the operation, which is widely believed to have been the work of Mossad. France and Germany also requested answers from Israeli envoys. But in the intelligence world, such reactions are often more smoke than fire.
There are various levels of diplomatic protests that go on. In this case, it was really more of a temporary recall, a demonstration of the governments that they're concerned and that it is an issue, but it's not the same thing as really permanently severing relations.
Welcome to Dispatch. I'm Marla Dial. Dubai police have identified some 17 suspects in the killing of Mahmoud al-Mabhouh on January 20th. 6 were using the names of British-born Israeli citizens who bore little resemblance to the suspects, and 3 used the valid passport numbers of Irish nationals.
Really what we're seeing by those 2 different examples is that there is a differing level of passport security among different countries, and clearly the passports of some countries are easier to counterfeit than they are from another country.
Mossad has been accused of using false identities similarly in the past, straining Israel's diplomatic relations at times with countries like New Zealand and Canada. But the use of false identities is a necessary and accepted part of intelligence agencies' work.
Well, if you're planning an operation, one of the things that you want to establish is plausible deniability. So if at all possible, you'd like to use identification documents from another country in order to hide your hand. One of the other things that you would do, if at all possible, is arrange travel using those false documents to the country where your activity is going to occur instead of flying directly from your capital, so that there's no real way to trace back that person. It's unfortunate, but sometimes people do get caught in the middle. Sometimes their identities are stolen, and that can have a very dramatic consequence on the people involved. However, usually it's fairly easy to prove that you are not the person involved, in the assassination or whatever the other dirty deed was, if you need to, in legal proceedings.
Meanwhile, the question of whether Mossad actually did organize the al-Mabhouh murder has been subsumed by perceptions that it did. An outrage not only in Europe, but in Israel, where calls for the Mossad chief's resignation have surfaced.